and get on to Facebook Live. Just give me just like 30 seconds.
And then we're going to put it on Zoom as well. Zoom.
YouTube.
YouTube. Thank you, Leah.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be here forever.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
Okay, go.
I see recording, but not to Facebook.
Oh, yeah, I see recording.
Okay, we're good to go.
It's always like, doo-doo. Are we going to get live? We're live. Awesome. All right. Denise, Tina, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have, we have Denise and Tina with Pasquarello. I'm saying that right? Pasquarello Interiors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. In Stratford, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us today for, I think this is our 7th business spotlight. Super excited.
Thanks for having us.
Super excited. So yeah, we were just talking before we started recording here. You guys are, I was doing the math. I just saw this. So the business was started by your grandfather?
Yeah. He was
And
an upholsterer.
So look, and if I'm reading the dates right, that means last year was your guys' 85th anniversary.
Yeah.
It was.
85 years,
Oh.
yeah.
That's
Can we-
awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about just how it came about? I mean, it's I see the description here on the site. It's pretty cool.
Well, so basically our grandfather was an upholsterer, and then in the 70s, my father joined him and changed the business into kind of what it is today, where we do more than just upholstery. We do window treatments, blinds, we still do upholstery. And then, so he just recently retired, but he sort of made it what it is today.
Awesome. Do you
Your
also
dad did.
order? Oh, you said your dad retired? Or
He
Yes.
just retired. Yeah, my father just retired.
Last
Our
year.
grandfather retired and passed years ago, but my dad just retired.
gotcha.
How many
Um,
siblings are in the business right now? Sorry, Rodney.
No worries, no worries.
Just 3 of us. There are 9 of us, 8 siblings, 9 siblings, and have just 3 of us are in the business.
Wow.
Our brother does the installs and deliveries. He's
First
not
of all,
here.
that's great that
He's
you can. I think I'm lagging a little bit. That's awesome that you guys can work together as a family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, now we're old, so we don't argue as much. Everybody's mellowing out.
So you do upholsteries, the window treatments, and then was there a third thing you said?
We do like custom upholstered items, like upholstered beds, upholstered headboards, benches, that kind of thing. And then,
Window seat cushions.
yeah, bench
throw
cushion.
pillars.
Yeah, we do all of that.
Okay.
Semi-custom bedding.
Yeah, we do a
bedding.
lot of bedding.
Do a lot of people, I know so little about upholstery. All I'm thinking about is just a couch and you're ripping stuff off and then like, you're putting new material on it? Like,
Yeah, all kinds of things. It's not usually just new material. Usually there are repairs and filling that needs to be replaced once furniture is stripped of its fabric. And we do that too. When it's opened up, we take care of whatever needs to be done. But we do everything right. We make all the draperies right here. We do the upholstery right here.
So
Nice.
if I found an old couch that I wanted to restore or bring back to life, if the seats are dipping, I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't matter. I can.
Do all the repairs, and if the cushions need new filling, we do all of that. It pretty much looks new when it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
does that end up being, does that end up being a lot more economical than like say someone has they're shopping on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, whatever, they find a well-priced old couch and all that. Does having it, I've never, had anything upholstered. Is that more economical a lot of times than just buying a new one?
Not necessarily.
So it depends on the quality of what the new piece of furniture is. That's the bottom line.
Gotcha.
So if you have
Okay.
really nice furniture, generally it's more cost effective to have it reupholstered than buy new. It's not inexpensive because it's all done by hand, and we have really good upholsterers that it's like it's a dying craft, so it's hard to find good people.
So the couch, the sleeper sofa that you buy online for $400 or $500, you're not going to reupholster.
Not worth reupholstering. No.
If you have a
So
unique
if that-
piece
if you
that,
go to like Ethan Allen or somewhere like that, or like a higher end store that you're paying thousands for, then it is less expensive to reupholster. Like the average sofa is what, 15 to 2,200, yeah, to reupholster.
Hmm.
Fabric for everything.
That's fabric. And we also pick up and deliver.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
we do a
Yeah.
lot of reupholstery. We're busy.
I was
And you-
thinking,
Yeah.
sorry, part of the reason I was asking that was because I was thinking like if it's, are most of your customers like end users, like it's an actual consumer that's going to use it, or like do you have people that bring in old furniture, reupholster it, and then resell it too, or?
Usually it's the consumer
Yeah,
that we're selling to, and probably 75 to 80% of our business is residential.
Gotcha.
So, but it's, yeah, we're direct to the consumer. We have, a few designers we work with, but mostly right to the consumer.
so you do a little commercial, like what kind of commercial work would you guys do?
Like
Restaurant, yeah.
restaurants,
Booths, restaurant booth, doctor's offices, like exam tables.
yeah, exam tables, restaurant booths. We also do those shades that look like screens to block out the sun. So they go into commercial spaces sometimes.
Offices. that kind of thing.
Offices, yeah, and sometimes draperies for commercial use. We recently did a country club down the shore where we redid, it was a whole renovation, but we did the draperies, we reupholstered some booths, they were like pub style booths that we reupholstered. There's a lot of different things that go into a commercial project.
Nice. What's the most common sort of window treatments that you see people getting? I'm thinking of like I'm thinking of a house right around the corner from where I live. I had sold, it was a new construction, and I just happened to run into the guys the other day, and they got the coolest shades out in the city. You got your you look at my window, you're looking at the street right there, and
Right.
like they got the coolest shades that they have the whatever you call them. What do you call them that flap out?
Shutters?
Yes, the shutters. They got the shutters, and when you pull the blinds, they go from
Top
the
down,
top to the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
We have
It's-
that.
We
you
do a
got
lot-
that?
Yes,
We
we do.
sell that. We sell both those things.
Nice. Is
Shutters are
that like a
From that,
Shutters are
actually.
big.
yeah, plantation shutters are really popular right now. Screen shades, like we were saying, they're
Yeah,
really big.
if you have a view in the city and you don't want to block the view, but you want a little bit of filtered privacy, or you want to block out some of that direct bright sunlight, they just like you use in a restaurant, but there are so many different options fabric wise. There are these mesh screen shades, so you would still get your view and get some privacy and also block out any direct sunlight. So it's for houses that have a view.
That's cool.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that.
Yeah.
We do a lot of drapery panels. We kind of do a lot of everything.
Roman shades. We do a ton of Roman
We
shades.
do a lot of Roman shades, which is like a fabric shade that moves up and down.
So do you find there's some things that are particularly popular, like in the suburbs versus the city versus, I know you guys go to Florida.
Yeah, I think it's more about somebody's personal taste. It's not necessarily that it's a particular style for each area. I think that you get everything in every different area. You know what I mean? Like I said, like the person that has a condo or something with a view is, functioning wise, you're not going to want to ruin that and put drapes all over. The next door neighbor might have that same view and they want shears. It's personal preference.
Right.
So anywhere, I mean, we do, even when we go to Florida, it's not necessarily all Florida looking, because people that are down there like things that look like a regular home, not necessarily just like a house in Florida.
Do you guys just have the one location? Like if you're doing a job in Florida, are you like making a site visit, making it here and then
So,
driving
yeah,
it all the way down?
pretty much I fly down usually if we have a project down there and get all the measurements and everything I need. And then the selections are made usually back here. We manufacture everything here, and then either we ship it there and fly down, depending on what kind of project it is, or we drive down. So the last few projects we actually flew down, because these were custom homes where we could ship everything. Someone would take it and hang on to it. Nothing would happen to it. We're going next month to a drive down because it was more in a community. With the virus, it got delayed a lot. So we're actually just going to drive everything down for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you end up? Did Florida just happen just because it happened, or?
No, it's generally clients that have homes here and also have homes there.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
You know, they're sizable houses. I mean, and I don't know. I guess people aren't as good in Florida.
What's the like biggest project you guys have worked on, you think?
I don't know. I would say, as far as the size of a home, a complete home from top to bottom, probably the biggest home would be 10 or 12,000 square feet. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Maybe a little more.
maybe more.
And that's the nuts. That's like, I'm telling you, like the biggest project as far as that we did blinds, we did draperies, we did bedding, we did upholstery, that kind of thing.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then how about,
We don't go to Florida for little things, but as far as our local stuff, I mean, I went out yesterday for a client who was a repeat client and had 2 windows she needed blinds for. I went over and told her 2 blinds, or, you know, someone calls, they just care. We don't, you know, it's not like that. We don't only do large projects. We do a lot of small projects too. That's what keeps you going.
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
When the economy hits out, they're the people that keep you going. The small people, you know, that you service and taking care of. They always come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just what I was about to ask. Like, are you seeing a shift in or a drop in or that? Like, has what's been going on now affected you guys? Or you still got a decent
Now
amount?
we're
Really busy.
We're busier because people aren't going anywhere. They're staying home. It's just like that are home oriented. Like I heard that it's impossible to get a pool right now because people aren't going on vacation. They're putting pools in their backyards and things like that. So we're actually fortunate that we're really busy. Having said that, one of the reasons we're rebuilding our website, rebranding and all is because most of our business is repeats and referrals and more to bring in new business, you know, rather than just repeats and referrals. But that's the majority of our business. And that is probably some of the best business, you know.
Yeah.
It's usually guaranteed. Usually people, they know you're going to do a good job. They know you're reputable. They know you're not fly by night. You know, they're not handing their money over because, you know, people have to give a deposit. They're not handing their money over to someone that they don't trust. So we're really fortunate.
It's awesome.
So looking for new business, what kind of business would you like to get? Like local or?
Local, but I think it's a matter of getting new clients, you know, rather than repeats and referrals. But it's hard to say the best way to reach those people. So we figured we need a better website, and then we started doing more marketing. But to be honest, even with the marketing that we do, most of our business is repeats and referrals because people know who we are. But you know, that's what we're doing. We're like rebuilding a lot of things.
I would think you would have.
Our website's kind of old, so it was time to redo some things.
I would imagine you probably had an enormous amount of clients that would want to give you like testimonials, and you could do like short little videos.
Yeah,
like
we should do them, should we? We just don't. We're awful with that stuff. We don't give referrals or get testimonials, but we should probably, and we could keep them anonymous. But then the question is, who puts testimonials on their website that aren't satisfied customers? You know, you're not going to pick clients that aren't happy.
Right.
You don't have any of those though.
I don't have many, thank God. Thank God we don't have many. There's nothing better than the phone call that you get, which not everybody thinks to do this, but when you get the phone call that someone says, I just had to call and tell you how happy I am with everything. You know, I didn't want another day to go by without telling you. They're the best kind of people. Huh?
Nice.
They would be the people testimonial, I guess.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm back.
So is there anything you think, like how much do you think it would run, take the shutter
Oh, dear
thing,
God.
for example? And I'm asking this because for 2 reasons. One is selfishly, I'm looking at this place, I'm trying to get it to corner house, and I would want to do the same thing, right? Just because I don't want to be sitting, it'd be 2 units, and one would be a bedroom on the first floor, and you don't want people walking by looking in. But also, like Steph and I, when we do our rehabs, we've been trying to like add something, like one thing that every house that's like a little bit of character, whether it's like a wall or something. And I'm thinking like maybe like cool shades or blinds or something could be a something that sets your house apart from
Right.
somebody else's. So like, how much
Well,
do people typically budget for something?
The budget can be anywhere. It can go anywhere.
a
But
big
I think
range.
what happens is my personal opinion is that if you are buying an investment property to flip, then putting something custom made into the windows is totally worth it, because that's the thing that they're a lot of money and they don't have to think about it. You just do something neutral. If you're going to do rental properties, you'd want to do something inexpensive, because renters don't typically take care of things the way owners do. So, I mean, and there is no real average price. I can tell you, like a plantation style shutter, like a, say, 3 foot by 5 foot window, it's probably in the neighborhood of, I'm going to guess, about $600, could be more, but right around in there for a plantation shutter for a 3 by 5 window. It's, but you could put something else on that window that would be, I don't know, half the price, or, it's just so.
Can I ask, when you're talking about the plantation shutter, you're talking about the full 3 by 5, or would you just do, like I've seen them where they're just on the
3
half?
by 5. Oh, that's a cafe. That's
cafe,
half.
that's half. So that would be half the window. Would be
Yeah,
less.
it'd be about half it's about half the cost, honestly. That's a cafe is when it goes halfway, and then you can put something else on the top half or leave the top half open. But some people do full window because you can still set it up where you can control lower vanes independently up. So,
because I'm thinking that could also solve your, Rodney had mentioned the top down, bottom up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
it's
could be an
also
alternative.
windows are situated
We have a
right.
shutter right
Like
here.
sometimes that is, here's a shutter. We have a small display over here. Oh, wait, I have to, how do I turn the camera? Let me see. There's one.
Oh, cool.
Is that what you were talking about?
That's a display, and those veins
Yeah.
still, and that's like a bifold door. So this is a small display, and it's actually, here you go.
Closes this.
That happens to
This
tilt,
side.
and then it closes, and then you tilt it up and down. Now behind that, Tina, if you open that, there's a really nice product that has no cords, and it's like a woven, Steph has something like this at her house. It's a woven wood shade. They're really pretty too.
And this is a piece that's fabricated and then put over the existing window?
Yeah, they're all custom made.
Okay,
So
cool.
we enter the windows, and then we come back and install it. And then a less expensive version for a shutter kind of look is a wood blind, which is right here. So you can see where that'll give you still the veins that move around. It's just not the same look as a plantation
And these
shutter.
go up and down. So.
Yeah, and they also go up and down.
Around how much would the that's the $600 plantation shutter you mentioned?
This over here, the first product.
I'm asking because steps, like, remember, so in Wallace Street, for example, like we built the bookcase, and I think that cost us somewhere between $1,200 and $1,500. But like, if we have a house where this makes sense, these are
It would have
cool.
been great in Brooklyn.
Yeah, right. Brooklyn would have made a lot of sense to do that in. So,
You guys are from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
oh, no.
Great.
We have a house on Brooklyn Street in West Philadelphia.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Brooklyn Street in West
There's
Philadelphia.
a Brooklyn Street. It's under contract right now, and it's supposed to close next week. But
Nice.
yeah, took us a little while. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The other nice thing about plantation shutters, I will say, is they're sort of a little more of a permanent type window treatment, because they get, they have a frame, they get screwed to the window, and most people, you don't put anything over top of them. Like, it's done. You're not going to do like a plantation shutter and then something over the top fabric wise. Mostly people just do the shutters, unless you do a cafe. So yeah, it is a nice product. And they come in, that's a composite material. It's not real wood. They do come real wood.
Okay.
Excuse me a second.
I mean, it still looks great.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't think we talked about much yet is like bedding, what the you'd mentioned it a couple of times. What kind of, like, you make custom bedding,
We
or
make bedding out of any fabric you can pick. We also have a couple lines of semi-custom bedding, it's called. Really nice lines. Eastern Accents, Legacy.
And
what's the
they're
other
sort
smaller?
of like they're a great, like a custom quality at a little less expensive.
So
than
here's,
what a
we just got
custom-
some new from our one line. We got, I don't know if you can see this,
There we go.
but this is
So-
how it comes with like these items, you know, it's
Yeah.
just a little bit nicer, you know, it's a nicer quality than what you're going to get in the store. You can mix and match things. There's pillows, shams, all different things you can get with those. So we do a lot of that. We do a lot of the Eastern Accents. It's a really nice line. And then we can make
Is
anything.
it like a,
Go ahead.
is it like a duvet cover or a quilt, like an actual quilt?
Right. Get quilt, you can get a duvet cover. The duvet is the one that you put the insert in. They have duvet covers. We do bed skirts, you know, dust ruffles, and like I said, any kind of pillows. We do a ton of throw pillows.
And then like an upholstered headboard?
Do upholstered
Oh, we do
headboards.
upholstered headboards,
Yeah,
beds,
we do.
yep, benches.
And they're all custom made, so you can kind of pick from any style.
Any style and fabric.
Sometimes people bring a picture and say, "Can you make this exact thing?" And you know, we can make it.
what's the difference between by the way, I just thought of a super
Yeah,
pressing question I'm gonna ask after this, but like, you know, I moved recently, and I was like, it's been first time in years I've actually bought sheets and bedding, right?
Right.
Like, I'm like in Walmart or whatever, Raymore, whatever the
Right.
heck is, and like I see these super high thread count sheets, and I end up going with these jersey sheets that seem more comfortable. Like, what does the average person need to know about? I don't know anything about bedding. Like, what makes, you know, what's most comfortable bedding?
Well, the sheets and things, I mean, we have two lines of sheets. Eastern Accent has some sheets, and so does Legacy. I mean, they're higher end. It's the same thread count. What are the thread count on theirs? You know, on like the Legacy sheets and stuff.
Well, the thread count, it's more about the quality of the cotton. Like the
Right,
thread
it's the
count's like 450, but it's like Italian cotton. And
They're beautiful.
did he ask how much a sheet?
He asked about sheet counts. I said,
Oh, thread
What do you
count?
need to
Well,
know?
Those sheets are more than what the shutter is for the single
Yeah.
window. So.
Oh, word. Okay.
yeah,
Got it.
Well, they're high end. They're like a
It's-
higher
yeah,
end. They're not for everybody.
definitely.
I don't have
We don't
them.
have them.
My mom is on the call, by the way. She has a question.
Oh,
What's the best way to clean the shutter type items like when yours?
Just a duster.
A Swiffer duster. Yep, that's it.
Not like water or anything. Or
No,
clean-
you don't need to. And a lot of them, a lot of the Hunter Douglas products are like dust resistant. I mean, I have shutters. I really don't. Once in a blue moon, I'll go over them with a duster. They don't collect a lot of dust. It must be something in the paint. But
Wow.
yeah, just dust. That's it.
Cool. All right, and this will be my last question. Then I'll let you know. So, whenever I go to Europe, right? I've been used to live in France for a little bit. Everywhere in Europe, they have the shutters where like they're electric. You walk in the front door and you click.
You mean
and
blinds or shades in general? Not shutters or products.
Okay, blinds are shades or
We
blinds.
sell motorized. We sell motorized products, motorized draperies, motorized blinds. Yep. That's a big.
Yeah, they're the coolest thing ever, and I've never seen. I'm like surprised that even more higher end places in Philly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know.
They're also compatible with your iPad, your iPhone,
And home automation,
home
systems,
automation. You
and
can
Alexa
control
and
it
stuff like
from
that.
those. You can control it from those things
The
also.
products that we sell, yeah.
Alexa, yeah,
And
works
some
with
of them
Alexa.
some of them are simply battery driven or plug-in. They don't even have to be hardwired through the
No.
walls.
Wow.
So a lot of options. Motorization is huge. It's like it's a big thing now. And the fact that it can sync with everything in a house, whether the house is new or old, is like that's what people are into. It's technology.
So, does the pricing for those just like get outrageous pretty quickly,
Well,
or?
Kind of.
Depends
So
on
it
the
depends on the
product.
product. And basically you're paying for it like it's the base product plus a standard upcharge. Like so a lot of the products for the battery driven, you're buying the shade, and then it's in the neighborhood of $240 per unit per shade to make it motorized. And then there's a few accessories. You know, it just depends on the product though.
Okay.
The $600 shutter can't be motorized though. A lot of the blinds can.
That's
And
fair.
then we also have another type of motorization, which some people like it, some people don't. It's like a stick, and instead of lifting the shade, it has there's a little wand, and the shade will go up and down.
Mhm.
That's usually hidden in that battery pack.
Battery packs. This is what.
That's where the batteries are,
This
and then
is what it drives the motor, and
it
it's
gets
tied
tucked up in the
inside.
front,
So
actually.
most of the products come with this type of battery.
Hidden though.
Very nice.
Even
But
on the
yeah,
other remote type.
So
you
then
have
when
ones
you
that can be hardwired too.
now that's just they're available hardwired as well. But if houses aren't pre-wired for them, it's kind of hard. Yeah, it has to be done during construction.
We're starting to
That's
trend.
another form of motorization. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I want to start a trend. I want to be the guy who starts the European shutter. I just think that was the most fascinating thing since I've
Maybe
been.
not the right hotels.
Hotels. So anyway,
They didn't really though. People love motorization. It's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
So
Cool.
Denise, you go out and do the sales. Like if somebody called, they needed something, you're the one, they would meet you. And then Tina, you more back of house, or you're?
Yeah, I run the workroom where everything's made. I do.
We can show you some sewing machines.
Yeah, I can show you that.
I'll walk you back there. Real
Schedule
quick.
appointments for people.
This is the camera flip. I got it the other way right now.
So I don't know how to get it back. This is our showroom, by the way.
It's a little messy.
It's a little messy right now, but these are some of our samples.
We're busy.
These are like some of our sample lines right
Now,
here.
does somebody have to come in to see you in order to get these, or do you?
No,
Or do
Denise
you just go to their homes?
out to the house. Yeah, she brings everything out to the house, depending on what they're interested in. Trim books. Our office isn't.
Our office is a little messy. Hurry up, bud.
This is the workroom, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is where we make drapes. We have a lot of different types of sewing machines.
wow.
So yeah, so we make drapes over here. And we have lots of threads, more sewing machines. Right now we're making some Roman shades with a clutch system, it's called. So it's a continuous chain, and that you pull on that chain and the shade goes up and down.
So it's
Really?
just a thing that goes, the.
Yep, it's like a loop.
this.
Yep, do a lot of those. And then we have an upholstery section too. So I don't really have much in here right now in the way of upholstery, but our upholster is out right now. But this is like our upholstery area. That's pretty much it. I mean, we have like storage where we keep our blinds and shades that come in and all that. But this is pretty much where
Everything gets done.
we make everything.
Very cool. How many people worked back there at a time?
Lots. How many people? The most we have here is 6, counting me,
Okay.
and I'm back here. So yeah,
Turnaround time on things. Is it a long period? I mean, can you?
it depends on. Okay, it depends on the time of year, kind of turnaround. Blinds and shades are generally, I'd say 2 to 4 weeks. Draperies, upholstery, right now we're like in the 6 to 8 week range, I would say.
Okay. And then tell us where can people find you?
Yes.
Where and how can people find you?
Where our store is located.
Where it's located, your website, your phone number.
Turn that back around.
Okay, let's see here. So we are, our showroom, Tina had to bail out.
I have to take another call. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
So we have a showroom, the address is 408 North White Horse Pike in Stratford, New Jersey. And then we're on Instagram, Pasquarello Interiors, and Facebook, Pasquarello Interiors. And also we have our website now, but we're building a new website.
And a phone number?
Our phone number at the store is 856-784-2864.
Okay, so if people want to come out or call you to have you come to
We
their,
use- with what's going on, we do a
yes.
store now. I go out to the house too, but we have people do appointments in the store, so we don't have more than one person in at a time.
Okay, and when you go into homes, are you masking or how are you?
Client, most of the time we wear a mask, yes.
Okay, all right, well, thank you so much.
Very clean on our installs and everything. We take our shoes, I don't, but my brother, when he does the installs, takes his shoes off. Very neat and clean.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Great. Well, that was super, super informative.
Good. Good, you'll have to let me know when you're ready for your motorized shade.
I'm making an offer today on this place. If I get it, in 6 months from now, it'll probably be coming to fruition.
Yay!
So,
Thank you so much for us.
yeah.
No, thank you. Thanks for your time. It was good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Take care.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.